Well, I guess it's that time of the week for another tank review, and today we are looking at the, adjust my microphone, the biggest and thickest brick Britain has ever made. The Challenger1 F403/4 Challenger1. Why it has so many designations, I do not know. This has been a meta tank for so long. It's been here since Obsidian times, and it's been used by, well, just about everybody, and not just Brits. Biggest hallmarks of this tank is a absolutely crap ton of hit points, very thick armor, pretty decent side armor as well. You can side scrape with it pretty well, and a very hard hitting 120mm gun. In fact, you won't get a 120mm as hard hitting as this until the Challenger 2, the Leclerc, and the XM1A3. Unfortunately, it does have slow speed. It's quite ungainly. The Brits were the ones who made the fast tanks in Model 2, and now they have really ungainly vehicles. Go figure. It also shares the same weaknesses that the Leopard does, with a very weak ammo rack as there, and generally speaking in high tier battles it can get left behind as its shell penetration isn't the greatest in the world. There's also been a lot of premiums in the game, and well, you can configure it many ways you want, so there will be quite a couple of different builds on here. So, starters, as always, let's go through the upgrade section. But generally speaking, the first thing I would get is the Mark III ERA and the Thicc, as it helps basically go your side armor from being penetrable by tanks of the same tier to being yellow. Smoke grenades aren't really important, this is an MBT. The next thing to go for is very likely to be the Charm 3 AP, as the basic ones only have 540 pen, and that is, yeah, the AP will definitely help you fight tier 7s and tier 8s, and will help you go through tier 9 side armor, as well as some front armor of some tier 9 vehicles. And lastly, you also get an improved loading mechanism, which will really help with this thing's slow reload speed. Lastly, there's improved tracks, which can help you, but not really that important. Generally speaking, improved tracks and then smoke grenades last. Tank and armor wise, if we want to compare this to some vehicles of the same tier, ones that generally fit the slow and low playstyles, such as the K1A1, the M1A1, the Makava, I believe it's this one, yes, this one, if the game will decide to load for me, please. Thank you, game. And of course well, that's about it really. These are the 4 tanks I'd compare a Challenger to. These aren't the meta tanks, the K1A1 certainly are, but these are the big heavy HP tanks. So as you can see here, it has the highest damage out of all of them. However, the penetration is very lacking. In fact, it's only 20mm more than the Makava, and the Makava has a 105. DPM is also very bad as well, and the reload time as well. However, with either Alicia or Vincent, you have an incredible number of hit points, 4,227. Some tier 10s don't have that level of hit points, and also you can very much predict what the hell and armor are going to be. Highest in the game. But however, it is also slightly faster than the Makava, but loses out on top speed, and it is the slowest tier 7 MBT, as well as the heaviest. Don't try and ram these things. Hold traverse is very crap as well as camouflage. View range, you get the idea, but the gun depression is pretty nice, and you do at least have some pretty decent minimum spread, but it's not going to be that very good, and you can and will lose long range fights to other vehicles, simply because unless you go accuracy, which isn't really recommended, you're going to lose those fights. The aim time as well, 1.6 is slow, not as bad as the Makava, but not really great compared to everything else. So, let's go for the rest of the tank statistics. So, as seen here, with the whole upgrade tree thing, in fact, I would like to pause. Order warships, please. As you can see here, with its own AP shells, it won't be able to pen itself. However, with 620 pen, relatively a 71% chance of going there. Obviously, it's going to be a lot lower if you angle it, which most of the time you should be doing. As you can see here, you can hit the engine deck, and there is that place there, but not really recommended. But without the stock armor, yeah, even the basic AP shells are going to go through that thing. So, like I said, that's the reason why you want to be using that AP applique thing. So side armor wise, it can be a bit troll sometimes, especially here. You can side scrape relatively well in those things, but that is that green spot there and the engine deck, so you don't really particularly want to do that. Otherwise speaking, the turret has finally been given a bit of a buff, so it is pretty decent in that respect. Otherwise, against missiles of the same tier, let's do this versus the BMD-2M as it has the highest penetrating missiles. They're only really going to go through the level plate there, thankfully, but as you can see there, even tier 6 missiles are going to go through if you don't have that applique armor, and they're also going to struggle with this thing's side armor, but the Challenger2's roof can actually be penetrated. I have done it myself on some occasions. It is possible to do it, and yeah. And as you can see there, the side armor of the turret isn't very well protected. 284 going to around 174, which means same tier autocannons are going to punch through 165mm, and that's with a relatively low AP round on the BMD-2M. If you also perhaps wanted to, such as the BWP, its autocannon will go through pretty well. So that's what happens. You don't really have that much of an immunity angle when engaging multiple enemies with this thing due to the very, very weak side turret armor. It's not as bad as the Leopards, but it will get you penetrated by autocannons of the same tier. Generally speaking, crew-wise, acceleration, off-road terrain, and track and field and wheel repair speed. For the gunner-wise, aim speed and cannon hit points, and for the loader, 2.5% given this thing's molasses slow reload speed. You could perhaps use that, but I generally go for vehicle expertise, simply to get that repair speed to insane levels. Commanders wise, so far for me, the best for me has been Vincent, as he gives you hit points, and he also helps with the aim time and everything, and the chance of fire reduced, but there's quite a few hit point guys you can use for this. You could use Cortez if you want to maximize the 120 damage to around 660 every shot, which will even give 125s a bit of a pause when they hit you. There is the choice of using Alicia, but I don't really have a build for her at the moment. Fedor Sokolov and Maximilian Koenig will help buff your repair speed and your aim speed by quite nice as well, and generally speaking, both of them are pretty nice commanders when you think about it. Gear as well will help you improve your crew stats and your smoke grenade speed when you get hit and bounce things, so there's the option of him as well. There is also the option to use Affiliate if you really want to have that shield, but wouldn't really recommend it. And then always we always have the lovable NATO MBT commander that is Philip, giving you a nice buff to all areas, especially that 40% repair speed. And then lastly we have Rachel Kramer. Reload speed increased by quite a bit when you get into close combat with people, which can help with the reload speed, but generally speaking you don't want to be engaging in CQB of a Challenger because your slow mobility speed means people will outflank you and they will start killing you. And then lastly we have the choice of Victor, which if you really want to track people every 10 seconds or so. Another point to consider about the Challenger's armor is where the ammo rack is placed. Now, I believe the ammo rack is actually there, which does make for a very interesting property, and this is not a protected ammo rack, which means Challengers can and will die quite a bit. But that is the only ammo rack placement on the tank, except for which the Challenger 2 does not have, but that's quite well, and the Challenger 2 also does have this bit of a applique there, and as well as the Commander's Cupola, which doesn't take any damage. I do not believe it is possible to damage the gunner sight. That might just be an Ariete thing. So what we have here is a big, thick brick that is designed to go straight forward to the enemy and not give a shit. So, let's have a look at some games. Now for this map I am taking Vincent Girard, as you can see there, with the 4200 hit points, which means I do have 300 more than Hedy, but it does come into handy quite a lot, and it means you do have some increased survivability. We will go into the builds and everything later, as it is important to see some games first. So we're gonna go here. This is a assault map, which is something the Challenger is quite good towards. The ability to simply go hold down and everything is pretty good. It can no longer really be penetrated by that many tanks, but 750 pen on the Sabra can go through the turret cheeks of this if you don't angle them properly. So if you're facing away from a Sabra, then it can pen your turret cheeks, which does kill an object, which does mean that some tier 8s and definitely tier 9s can happily butter your butt cheeks. Well, turret cheeks more like. So this is a more assault style map. As you can see here, I've got me and Heady, and we're going to be simply working our way around this map. It's here. It can be an issue sometimes on this map when it actually comes to pushing up, as there will be quite a few enemies running around. We have a Ramker over there that's firing HE. Very good shot by him there. I believe he hit me in the... Yeah, he's aiming for the driver's hatch. Also getting shot at by that Sprite over there. And even though I do have hit points, I have more hits than a TADU, and I've taken 1000 damage at this point. It's still best to run away if you're in a Challenger. Just back off for now. We have Mr. Buford over there who's doing something very weird. But for now, I'm gonna go for this Leclerc. Ooh, hi Leclerc. 655 damage there, very nice. I believe the max is gonna be 660. Pretty good. And for now, we're in a more hold down scenario. I am gonna take a absolute beating this match. Can't really penetrate that Leclerc over there. He's gonna hit me. Stingray's penning. I believe the Stingray penned me in the turret. The M1 Abrams and the Russian tanks don't really have this much of a problem, but the Challengers and the Leopards do. Much different shot over there. Would word otherwise, if I was using Cortez, that would have been a 660 shot as well, so that is a meaning to take that commander out. And also, if there is going to be times that I'm tracked, remember it will be significantly shorter with either Fedor, perhaps Ophelia, Alicia, and definitely with Philip. So there is a multitude of commanders to concern with the Challenger, which means it does support a wide array of commanders to grind on, to grind, yes, not grinding on, that would be weird, but yeah. There's a lot of builds you can take out of this thing and play with. So it is a pretty nice grinded tank. In Glops, the wide range of hit points, the good look at hit points and armor allows you to push caps pretty well. But overall speaking, this thing is most effective in Glops. And even though it's not really mortal anymore, considering the bots can pen you, you still have armor and the hit points to be able to weather the storm, and the damage to be able to one-shot bots quite a lot of the time, which the Sabra, M62000, Abrams, Type 90, Makarva, all the 120 with the miniguns tanks cannot. So this is still pretty popular in PvP, in PvE, and in PvP it is definitely no slouch. It's still fun, and I've taken 2,300 damage. I still have a butt ton of hit points to play around with. Now, we are slowly starting to push on this map. Of course, I'm between here with Heady and Tank Sniper, both very good friends of mine. And for now, finally hit that Leclerc over there. So a 5-second track repair time there. Might have been full with some of those other commanders. Now they're finally starting to shoot at me. 969 by that BWP over there. I believe that BWP is using the VBR tow missiles, which means he's only going to be able to really pen me if I'm in that scenario. Now, he most definitely aimed for the engine deck, which a raised engine deck like other NATO MBTs does mean that people will be able to shoot at you from angles that you don't really predict. So, we've got that going for you. And only at this point have I done 1700 damage. Not really the greatest in the world, but we'll definitely be able to claw it back. Just play smart. I still have the armor to play around with, and I still have hit points to weather at least one shot from everything on their team, except for a high damage shot from the Sprut, or from any of the BWPs, or that Zuba if he's using the tow missiles. That Terminator over there is going to be a bit of a pain. No. Now, this tank does have HESH rounds, but it's not really particularly good. Well, of course, it is being used against stuff like that, BWPs and the Sprut, and if you are in close combat with someone, you could always try and roll your luck and use the HESH on them, but it's not really that recommended since HESH kind of went out of style in Tier 6. And we're in tier 7 now. And while this thing does have tier 9, well perhaps tier 10 hit points, still using Hesh, probably not the best idea. So for now we're going to keep rolling up on these guys. TDU and a Type 90 over there. Engaging a Type 90 can be a real pain with this thing. I believe you can Pentacame anyone's lower plate with Hesh rounds, but the Type 90 is probably not a good idea regardless. So at best, it's still good to let somebody else do it. So, shot on that Type 90 over there. Oh god, he's going to pan. And unfortunately he does hit me in the turret due to me moving my turret around like a bloody idiot. But low damage hit from that Type 90. If it was from another Challenger, it is very likely I will be dead. So, yeah, screwing up is usually not the best thing to do. But, like I said, thanks to using Vincent with the extra hit points, I'm alive! Which is all good and say when it's done, and this thing can take an absolute beating, as you've seen how many shots that bounced off this thing at this point. Quite a few. So anyway, the game is starting to enter into its last phase. We are on 9-11 right now, but we should be able to win this, as a good portion of their team is still sniping, and sniping does not pay. Unless you're really good at it, of course. 624 hit on that Terminator, very good. Consider what this means if I had the charm, the regular the stock AP. 540 pen, definitely not good, and that Type 90 did not play well at all. DDU bounced as well. I believe he may have just fired off a random shot. You can see there, bounce on the turret, bounce there, but penetrating hit there. I don't think it shows where any other hits are. Ooh, I believe that was a pen-in hit by the HE rounds by the Romica, but I'm not really sure of that one. Only 3 minutes left to go on the game, so let's speed it up a notch. Pretty much going as well on that point. Hedy does have the hit points to do this. Another bounce. Well, Ramco doing 69 damage again. Never really liked the guys who fire HE all the time, kind of annoying. But lastly, and this is where the game starts to get really mopped up. Now there's 2 minutes left to go on the clock, and now our team is starting to really wipe their butts. Well, wipe the enemy's butts, not our butts. Another bounce. Bounces are good. I strongly want to believe the cannon hit points helped out there. I've only got 68 hit points left. If it was one more, I'd be making a really good joke. But we still have the majority of our top tiers intact, and the enemy team was far too spread out. So now we can continue going. Now I have done quite a few blind shots in this game. I want to look at the post-game results after this to see if they helped. Especially the heavy round with the blind shots, and you can usually tell when you're blind shotting somebody if they smoke up afterwards. Terminator's still over there, another good hit on him, 633. Very good. And he died, which is always nice. Stingray's over there, BWP, can I? Yep, there we go, kill on him. I've also got a BWP down there as well. There's Mr. Sprut. No. Go for the Stingray. Have to go up on him. Come on. There you go, 621. Beautiful. Teams can be aiming at me at this point. Can we? Yeah, there we go. And that TADU is definitely going to be dead very quickly. Tank Sniper in his object over there managed to go literally all the way up the map and will definitely snipe that TADU. And the TADU is down. So, let's have a look at another game then. So, once again, I am platooned with Tank Sniper and Hedy. As you can see here, I am choosing Vincent. And it may be worth to note that while Alicia and Vincent have the same hit points, Vincent gives better accuracy, as said in the previous 10 minutes or so. But Alicia does get that 300 damage missile. Sometimes 400. Could it be 500? I don't know. But anyway, consider that might be a thing as well. Anyway, we're on Reactor, and we do have the highest amount of hit points here, I believe. Yep, even more. The Challenger1 stock has more than a tier 3 Merc Brack. And the Mercs are supposed to have the highest hit points, right? Anyway, standard procedure as per usual is to go to the encounter cap for challenges. while you could possibly go to the dam, which if you do I will personally hunt you down and kill you, or you could go to the bottom side. Going to the bottom side isn't really recommended as you're a challenger, you're slow, so generally speaking, in my opinion anyway, usually the map is won by the fight in the encounter cap. That mortar's going to be a pain in the ass for now. He's going to try and kill that weasel, but we have bigger things to deal with. We have all these MBTs. Now, the objective of this is to show you how this really fares in an MBT versus MBT fight, especially ones with good guns or high penetration weapons, tier 8s for example. And he's over there. We do have our Murkbraz over there. We're going to do another hit on him. There we go. 555, and I'm directing Heady to not go over the cliff and to just keep firing at the enemy. While the Challenger does have a good amount of hit points, generally speaking you shouldn't be doing that. Taking out of Heady over there, he took a couple of hits. Even though you have the hit points and the armor to do so, exposing yourself is not a good idea. But anyway, we've done about 2400 damage to these MBTs over there, and I'm trying to keep these two guys alive. Do wish there was a way to do this. Now, Al Hussein over there, who's going to be a real pain, is basically an upgraded Challenger1. It has even more armor, and that Murkbraz over there has learned why you shouldn't go over the top. So this is going to be a little bit of a high fight now. Al Hussein is still over there, but fortunately it does have roughly the same weak spots the Challenger does when it comes to the engine deck. Just got to aim and a good pen and hit there. So take note, Al Hussein, you may be a Chally, but you're still not invulnerable. And for this time, I am actually doing more damage to him than he is to me, so we just got to wait for that engine deck again. There you go, another good hit, 590. And I do actually have more hit points than he does at this point, so I should be able to go around. I'm shielding Heady, as I'm on voice comms with Heady, and not really with the Barak either. He's probably going to go, yeah, he's killed the Barak. Good play over there. Take a ready rack out of the fight, and hopefully that Al Hussein, the Al Hussein burned to death. It's that Barak's last wish. So we just got a Revo, a Zuba, and a Mercury Baz to go through at this point. Question is if they will back down. Okay, so there's the Evo. Now the difference between Evo and the Revo is while they both have the same armor, the Evo has the stock Leopard 2 gun while the Revo has the upgraded. So the Revo has around 700, so you can compare me pretty well, whilst the Revo will be able to go through my turret cheeks. This one cannot. So I'm continuing to hate speech over there to kill these guys. This is one time when you want to go over the top, and it's to kill this Merc. Merc is down. That's good. Zuba over there. We've done 41 at this point. Okay. Zuba's down there. 24 Evo. Not really. Okay. There he is. Can I get a pen in? Can. The Leos do tend to have very weak lower plate armor, so you can actually pen those with hash. It's just not really recommended to. Just got that guy over there. Come on. Okay, K1A1 over there. I think Heady can he? Yes, he can. K1A1 thankfully bounced on Heady. Got that guy over there. Come on, let's see. He is right there. He's not really the smartest cookie in the shadows, you can see there. Good kill there, Heady. Even though the K1A1 is, generally speaking, in my opinion, a better tank than Challenger because of the qualities it has, side scraping is still not a good option there, mate. So striker over there, hit him, 541, that's good. But unfortunately they still have a Leopard 2A5 and they still have a bunch of TDs running around. So that T72B3 over there is starting to get his ass handed to him by the Evo. So I kind of wish I was there. Penning hit by that striker, back up. A full copy of this match live will be available after this review is done. So stick around after then. And for now, I've got to go down and hopefully help that guy out with that Evo. Or not. I'm trying to keep Heady alive at this point. Evo's over there. B3 and the Evo are relatively even, but the B3 has a fast reload, so he should be able to kill the Evo. Now, is that 205 over there? So I'm hoping he's there. I'm hoping. Here he comes. Here he comes. No, tank sniper's going to kill him. Stingray has a very good ready rack, and he's got him. Yay! There's no one down. Unfortunately, we are spotted again, and I get penned. That's a pretty bad thing over there. Okay, 5,223 damage, 1,700 blocked, probably bounced around 3,000, 4,000 at this point. So that's not bad. Now we're in a 5 versus 5. Unfortunately, tank is dead. We have an RCR, we have a couple of people. And now I've got to see if I can kill that stupid Evo. Because if I can kill him, then they've lost their biggest MBT. And that means the rest of them can't really stand against us in a fight. There he is. And Heady's got him! Thank you, Heady. Take a hit by the Evo. Okay. We've got a Merkava 2D who is at the back of the map. Really annoying at this point. The guy literally just sits there. And he gets rewarded with... yeah, not fun. So fortunately the MGS has killed him. Heady's a one-shot and I am at half health. We have an RCR who, in my honest opinion, should probably be over there somewhere because we're kind of weak on the damn side. Sniper points wise, we can be shot by either there or over there, and the best thing in the world. So I've got to see if I can kill off this Stingray. Hi Stingray, how's it going? Unfortunately, it's a no pen. I get hit by the striker again, so we know where they are, and the Stingray is alive. Okay, let's see if we can do this again. I can take at least a couple more hits. Okay, Stingray smoked up twice. I think he's nervous. And he's still over there. No. And at this point I'm kind of annoyed because I'm trying to look at... where's the enemy? So the clerk over there has been... killed the RCR. RCR should have stayed up there. And now it's just us basically for all intents and purposes. And I'm going to end it here because this match does not end well. We do die in the end. So let's have a look at those game results. This is how the first game went. Annoyingly enough, Heady was the one who got the Order of Resistance. A total amount of 5,737 damage done. Pretty good. A couple of blind shots done there to the Stingray and to the Sprut. No, to the Buford. No, to the Stingray and the BWP. There we go. Second highest in the team after the K1A1 over there, which is a pretty decent game if you ask me. Heady basically tanked it. Total amount of damage done would have been 6,300, so about 2 shots more. And potential damage mitigated was 8,500. Very well tanked indeed. The other game, which was on Reactor, the one which we lost, very good damage done there, 5,900, 3,000, almost 3,000 spot in. Highest on the team again with the Merkava who sat at the back of the map. Merkava 2D, where was it? Was it Baz? Yeah. Did literally 0 damage, which meant that the enemy got an easy ride. If we had that Merkava with us, it's very likely we would have won. And a total potential damage minimum 8,300, so a couple of blind spots there, and 5,000 damage bounced. Now, generally speaking, the 620 pen, 540 to 660 damage, pretty decent. Hesh rounds are a little bit of an upgrade over the Chieftain, but still not that great. Now, build-wise, I always recommend taking surplus parts crates, first aid cabinet, and improved fire extinguisher, and there are a couple of modules you can use. Generally speaking, you want to go for the survivability kit because the Challenger will be hit a lot. There's also, if you want to get the aiming time down, there is the ballistic aiming computer. There is also the MRS and the gun breach. I wouldn't really recommend the air induction pre-cleaner, but improved filter systems could help the tank as well as the turret traverse. There is also the option as always to take the improved Pioneer toolkit, and that's about it really. So there's a couple of options for the Challenger to use, and generally speaking I prefer these three. Other Challenger builds I have set up have been a more tanky build, and also this one as well for a little bit of a speed boost. But generally speaking, this is the build I recommend the most, and is the one I've had the most success with. That's going to conclude the Challenger1 Thicc Boy review. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been pretty good, and at the end of this announcement there will be the video. So, I hope you enjoyed this review. Remember to like and subscribe on both YouTube and Twitch for more updates. The next review we have is going to be the T72B, and then we're going to do the VBL in grey. Have we done the VBL? Okay, I've already done the VBL in grey. Okay, and then tanks after that, which you guys voted for in a poll. Later today I will be streaming Armored Warfare PvE, and definitely just not Spec Ops this time, you know, the boring repetitive Spec Ops that everybody seems to enjoy doing, but not me. And lastly, if you'd like to help support me with getting a plane ticket to Milwaukee for my birthday, which I can spend with my friends there, then consider the stream tip donation link below, and trust me, even $5 will help on that one. As usual, thank you all for coming. Thank you to NetZone for the use of some of the music in this review. We do actually have some different music now, yay! And thank you all for coming. After this will be the full match of the last match done in the Challenger, and I have to warn you, it does get a little bit salty. So for now, take care guys, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Where to go, where to go, where to go? I mean, we could go to the usual place. We're gonna have to go to the usual place. We're gonna have to go to the cap circle and hold it down. Okay. I'm not looking forward to fighting that fucking Al Hussein though with 620 pen.
When it has 825.
Yeah. Kind of wondering how they got that number. How recent is the Al Hussein anyway?
2016, 2017, I think.
Why is it a tier 8 now?
Because underneath everything it's still a fucking Challenger.
Yeah, and underneath everything, the T90 TMS is a fucking T90.
It's just a fancy T90.
It's a very it is a trap T90.
Yeah, but what makes the MS so special compared to the regular T90 is all the upgrades.
6.6 second reload, boom boom, motherfuckers. That's literally it. Fuck spotted me. Alright, let's see if we can go up. Oh god, this is more lethargic than me in the morning. Oh hi Brack. How's it going? Go away, go away, go away. Heady! No bot, please.
You turned into me!
Because I'm backing up. Okay, well this guy is going side on for some reason. And they're bouncing on me. Shoot at the Barack if you can. And then back off immediately after you fire. Why is there a mortar up there? Okay. Evo's going to be a little bit more trickier. So we need to bait him into revealing this hull. Okay, Brack, you do you. Right. Yeah, that's why we don't do that. Back off, Heady. Smirk is clearly not the best person. Oh, the Revo can actually go through the turret cheeks. Where the fuck do I pen this one? There we go. The other Saint's pushing in now. I think the other Saint can pan our... Yeah, he's going for my fucking turret. Come on.
Identify. Hostile tank. Site repaired.
Woof!
Smoke out. Move.
Back off, Heady. Shoot this guy's engine deck if you can. He's a moron. He's going side on.
Identify target.
Engined.
Beautiful. Thank you, Heady. Right, let's see about cleaning these guys' clocks. Cowardly motherfuckers can't even face us all at once. There's going to be that Zuba facing us as well. Don't worry about them for now. Oh, Really, the... Yeah, let's push these guys. Shoot the Merc if you can. There we go. Kind of terrified about this stupid Zuba.
Load stable.
Careful about stuff that might try to flank you
Yeah,
right now. I'm trying to get
do
some
not push all
distance.
the way down, because we're gonna get shot at from over there. Because this,
Trying to prep to go around that K1.
stay there for now. Oh, the VT4 died as well.
I'm gonna do a 180 and get ready to watch our asses.
Do it. Asses are already being watched. Well, the T-72B3 can deal with the fucking guy for now. Back off. See, K1 looking at us. Alright, let's see if we can... Alright. Good job, Hetty.
K1's down.
Good job, you beautiful man. Let's keep going. Let's go for the striker next. We'll get sniped from the hill as well.
Hostile truck.
Back off, back off, back off, back off, back up, back up. This is the best chance for us to survive right now. Watch the Rio go where I am and go hold down like... Fuck. 2A5, okay. Okay. Big boys over there. T-72B3 and the other guy might knock themselves out for a while. Okay, the Leopard might move up on us, so let's see if we can lie and wait for him. Okay, he's coming up, he's coming up. Tank, you go... Okay. Come up behind tank. Good job. 205's down there as
Yeah,
well.
except I got a
Back up.
Zuber fucking killing me. I could do nothing. Instantly fucking lost my engine. One shell.
Actually, this is a bad place. Let's get out of here again. We are
You guys don't
conserve-
have any scouts except for that
I know.
fucking...
Come over here, Hetty.
Hot.
Come over here. Come over here. Fast as you can.
I hate bullshit, and that was a lot of it.
25 RCR. There's a
They
25.
Watch
Really
out,
need
Evo's
Fuck
coming
me.
up.
It's fine. I'll go frontally on him. You back me up, okay? Let me take the hits.
I should
Well, I'm
not have
certainly not
fucking
taking
died
him.
to that. Well, I guess I never should have gone after that Leo, cause, you know, fucking PSP
Good job.
reload of
Good
3
job, good
seconds.
job. Okay, watch behind us. You see that wreck is behind you? Go hold down there.
Okay.
Is that you smoking up? No, the RCR was the one who smoked up. Weasel. So the M113 has got to be close. The Clerk prototype hasn't been spotted. this
MGS
entire
is
game.
one shot, I know that
Yeah,
much.
I know. The Stingray, I don't know. The RCR should not be here.
This is a loss. Unless you guys can somehow manage to pull it out of your ass against
Stingray.
high D vehicles.
Might be able to. Give me a sec.
Yeah, kill the Stingray, you should be alright.
How is that
Your
about?
hand with the Stingray.
The striker is
Back up. Site repaired.
there, which means this is not going to be a good idea.
If you push down, you might be able to fucking kill the Stingray.
Those are
He's just
two
gonna try and keep smoking.
smoke grenades. Stay there, Hetty. This RCR is
Okay.
going to die very quickly.
Oh, of course. I really honestly feel all those tank destroyers are sitting on that ridge over there.
See if I can bait a shot from them. Is the Clerk AFK?
Yeah.
No.
No, he's not. He killed the fucking RCR. So, yeah, no.
Stable.
Is there any return shots coming in? Come on.
Unfortunately, we've
Fucking
got
threw
an
myself
AFK
away.
Merc.
No, I threw my tank away,
Come
basically.
on. Come on, shoot me, you little bastards. Was that a tree
They're
falling?
flanking.
Yeah. We've had an AFK Merkava this entire
Okay,
time.
Zuba is way over the other side of the map.
Zuba's going to try and push up from our initial road entrance.
Which is kind of why I'm here.
He's over there.
I'm just still annoyed that I lost all.
Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
I repaired my shit and I couldn't get out.
Has this guy been AFK this entire time, or has he literally just sat there in the back of the map?
AFK.
Identify target.
Balance. Slight problem with this thing is it can't hit for shit at range.
Zuber's
What's
just
the-
gonna be on the other side of the dam there,
I know.
juicing.
Identify target. Tank.
I would just back out
If
of
they
that
want us,
position.
they've got to come and get us.
Well, you're about to have an M1128 shoot you in the ass.
He's on a... He's at one shot though.
Stingray's not.
Enemy destroyed.
Bitch.
Nice. You blew his turret off.
Zuba. Come on, shoot me again, Zuba. Do you know how much hit points that Zuba has?
I didn't
It's
see.
a one shot, I think.
Okay,
It's
let's
like-
see if I can bait him.
It's either a 1 or 2 shot. Because
Heavy
giving a
alert,
tank
might move up as
3-second
well.
reload in tier 7 was a fucking intelligent choice.
Just gonna shoot Heady in the ass. Fuck.
Shit, prototypes with me.
I know. And the MGS is over there. Rip. Can you imagine if we didn't have an AFK Merkava?
Could you imagine if my tank wasn't thrown away uselessly?
You would probably win.
Oh no, he's not been AFK. He's just sat there the entire fucking time. Report this guy.
He's just being an Israeli monk. Bunker memes.
Prototypes burning and Danger dead.
Glorious.
He's over angling his side armor.
Yeah, but the problem is you got a PSP coming behind you.
Oh shit, I thought you were still in there,
No, I was
Sophie.
dead. I was dead.
You never said you died.
I thought the explosion followed by... oh well, whatever. It doesn't matter. This Merkava's gonna... This guy is just gonna be rewarded with 3 damage, isn't he? Anyway, report the Merkava for bot in. Let's go out and do another game.